Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle McFadden. I am the Business Development Advisor at the Regional Business Support Network. The Regional Business Support Network is a great place that is a great partnership between the town of Olds and Community Futures, Central Alberta. Funded by Prairie's Economic Development Canada. So with all those partners coming together, all the resources that we offer, advisory sessions, promotional packages, webinars like this are at no cost to you. You can come and talk to me anytime about anything business. All you have to do is shoot me an email and I'm happy to set up an appointment with you. So today we're talking about customer retention. I do have a presentation to share with you. And as I said previously, if you're watching the recording, thank you for doing so. And in the email that I'm sending out to everybody with the recording, you will receive my free ebook about the 10 hacks to really up-level your customer retention strategies. So with that said, let's get started. I'll see if I can share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, I've got a thumbs up. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about mastering customer retention, the ultimate guide for Central Alberta small businesses in building lasting relationships that drive profitable growth. And if I flip my screen, that would be really helpful. Here we go. So, why do we need customer retention? Basically, it comes down to the bottom line. Harvard Business Review says that acquiring a new customer can cost you and your business from 5 to 25 times more than getting an existing one. And I know we all love marketing and staying up on social media, trying to get those customers coming in, that customer acquisition. But it is so much more affordable to work with your existing customers to increase your profitability. So let's think about that for a second. If you spend $100 on a new ad campaign to get someone through your door, you could have kept an existing customer coming back for $4 or $5 worth of effort. That might be a thank you card. It could be a discount on their birthday, or even just great service to make them keep coming back. Realistically, the probability of selling to an existing customer is 60 to 70%, meaning that there's a 60 to 70% chance that a returning customer will continue to buy for you. But with a brand new customer, their probability of buying from you is only 5 to 20%. They might walk in the door, tire kick around, and then walk out again. So customer retention strategies can make a real difference to your bottom line. So let's talk about the 5% rule. It really changes everything. So the Bain & Company discovery, and I know a lot of you who have been in business have heard this before. If you increase your customer retention by just 5%, your profits can jump anywhere from 25 to 95%. And I don't know about you, but that's mind-blowing. 5% retention on your customer, and you get a 95% return on your bottom line. It's not theory. It's proven business reality, especially in Central Alberta. Small towns like Olds, Innisfail, Sundre, one loyal customer isn't just one transaction, because you know how small towns talk. They're connected to a whole network of family and neighbors and coworkers. And this then turns into a multiplier effect. Losing one customer means far more losing than one sale. It's potentially losing an entire circle of people. So instead of losing, let's build on our existing customers to make them an army of ambassadors for your business. They can become the most powerful marketing channel you've ever had. So why smart businesses focus on retention versus acquisition. 65% of a company's business typically comes from existing customers. Loyal customers are worth up to 10 times their first purchase value over a lifetime. So keeping that customer coming back, realistically, 80% of your time should be trying to keep your customers coming back because they spend more. Loyal customers spend 67% more than new customers because they trust you. They buy more often. And realistically, an example is if you own a cafe in Olds, you don't need 500 new faces a week. What you need is 50 regulars coming in consistently. And that consistently makes predictable revenue. Not only that, happy, loyal, retentive customers bring in referrals. And in smaller communities, word of mouth is still king. One satisfied customer can influence dozens of potential new customers through their personal network. So let's hear a little bit of a success story on a customer retention strategy that worked. So a regional farm equipment supplier realized that their sales team was spending so much time chasing new leads that they were ignoring their existing client. It was basically once the sale was done, so was the relationship with the customer. But they decided to implement some new strategies. After every sale, they called customers to make sure the equipment was working, and they fixed any issues quickly and dropped by for check-ins during busy seasons. Simple calls. It took time. Yes, it took time, but it didn't take a lot of money to build those relationships after the sale had happened. And it led to repeat orders and referrals from neighboring farms. In fact, their retention rate jumped from 45% to 78% in just 1 year, and their referral business doubled. Now, I ask you, those of you who own a business, who doesn't want that? Your referral business doubling? That's the most amazing compliment to your business and what you offer your customers time and time again. So let's talk about how this fits in, how retention fits into the customer journey. First of all, the customers become aware of you. So they discover you through social media ads, word of mouth, online searches. They may have even just walked by your store. So this is where the marketing component of your business generates awareness. Marketing does not generate sales. For those of you who have worked with me, know I say this again and again. Marketing generates awareness, but credibility and customer retention generate sales. So again, the next step is the consideration. The customer understanding their purchasing experience and how they move into a purchase and transaction experience for themselves is really important for the business owner. So they move from awareness to consideration. They will research you. They will compare prices. They will read reviews. So this is why it's really important that you're collecting reviews from your customers, because it's the second step in the transaction process. You need to provide them what they're looking for. The purchase then happens. Yay, we got a win. It's a sale. And for most businesses, this is where the journey ends. But the retention portion of the customer journey will keep them coming back. And as I said, buying 67% more than a new customer. Then they become your army of advocates. Happy customers become unpaid salespeople, recommending you to friends and family. So where most people think the journey ends at the purchase, the reality is the following two stages is where businesses succeed or fail in their retention and their advocacy. So let's have a real quick conversation about reviews. Just so you know, 92% of customers trust recommendations from friends and family over any other form of advertising. That means when you turn a customer into an advocate, they essentially become your unpaid sales staff, generating the highest credibility possible. So when you're looking at this pie chart, 92% of referrals impact a salesperson when they're a purchase, when friends and family refer. The next one is online reviews, Google reviews, Facebook reviews, video testimonials. 70% of customers trust online reviews for your business. Something to think about. And if you want to dive into how reviews impact your business, when you go into the Biz Bite library, and I'll share a link to the Biz Bite library, we have a previous presentation on building sales through credibility and reviews. So don't miss out on that one. So let's talk about another success story. A yoga studio right here in Olds doesn't let first-time visitors disappear after they've come to try a class. What they do is they send a personalized text message thanking the person for attending the class and offering 50% off their second class. You know how that has increased their profits? The retention rate for first-time visitors jumped from 15% to 67% from one text message. Yes, all of these strategies take time, but they have powerful results. So what creates true customer loyalty? 86% of customers say a good experience turned them from one-time buyers into loyal fans. But people don't remember transactions, they remember experiences. Was the service friendly and genuine? Did they feel like more than just a number? Did you fix things quickly when something went wrong? And were they treated with respect and understanding? All of this becomes a part of your business brand. Your brand is your image to the world, which includes your customer service and how you treat your customers and how loyal they are. But how do we create that customer loyalty? Well, Zappos is a really extreme example that I wanted to show you. Their longest customer service call to get something fixed for a customer was 10 hours and 43 minutes. They stayed on the phone to figure something out for a customer. And I know you don't need to do that, but you can adopt the same philosophy about making customers feel valued and heard, going above and beyond what your competitor will do in order to make it right. So let's look at loyalty in action. Here's a Red Deer Butcher Shop. Great place, great meat. So Butcher Shop has mastered the art of loyal customer loyalty by one simple practice. They remember their regular customers by name, and they often add a free sample of sausage to the order. So it doesn't cost them more than 50 cents per customer, but it makes the customer feel really genuinely cared for. So it's like reciprocating. How do you want to feel when you walk into a business? This is the way you need to make your customers feel as well. Loyalty is small, consistent touches to show customers they matter, remembering their name. It's not about grand gestures. It's about making people feel seen and appreciated every single time they enter your business. So the power of personalization. What's in the power of actually learning somebody's name? Well, 15% revenue. Companies that personalize experience see a 10 to 15% revenue increase, and some industries reach 25% in their growth. Their personalized emails delivered are open 6 times higher than regular emails if it's personalized, if it actually has value. No one wants a spammy newsletter email. We want something personalized that has value. And then 63% of consumers expect businesses to know their preferences and needs. Personalization is no longer optional. This is where you can see what's happening on Amazon. If you're selling on Amazon and they have, I don't know if you've seen it, if you're scrolling through Amazon and they say Amazon recommended as a little box on top of the picture, That little box actually drives 35% of the company's total sales. So their recommendation of customers who bought this product also bought these other 3 products with it generates 35% of having that artificial intelligence personalizing the shopping experience for them, even online. But here's low-tech personalization. A sundry landscaper found a simple way to personalize without expensive technology. They just keep detailed notes on what flowers each client planted the year before. And then they do follow-up calls and say, hey, your flower selection looked really good last year. Would you like to order the same again? And can we also add some more delphiniums nearby? It's a simple phone call. So the simple low-tech approach to personalization shows customers that their business matters and their preferences are remembered. And in this case, it resulted in an 85% client retention rate and numerous referrals. So when you're thinking, oh, I don't have time to call all these people and I don't have time to text, if it's an 85% client retention rate, is it worth the 10 minutes to take on a daily basis to increase your revenues, possibly by 67%? Maybe. So here are my 10 proven customer hacks. And like I said, you will receive this in the download ebook that I'm emailing everybody today. Let's go through some quick hacks to keep happy customers coming back. So the first one, again, personalization trumps everything else. Customers are 2.4 times more likely to stay loyal when problems are solved quickly and they feel personally cared for. A simple follow-up shows you're invested in their experience beyond the transaction. So it's a call of, how are your teeth feeling today if you're a dental hygienist? Or how was your travel experience yesterday if you're an itinerary specialist? So within 24 to 48 hours of any service, send a personalized message just to check up on them. Because I think it was Mary Kay that once said, they will never care about how much you know, as the customers will never care in your tools, in how much you know, until they know how much you care about them. So again, a local massage therapist texts her clients the following day, how are you feeling? Your shoulders feeling better? Don't hesitate to call if you have any aftercare tips, if you need any aftercare tips. So that personal touch keeps the clients rebooking because you're genuinely telling them you care about their well-being, not just their money. Hack number 2, simple but effective loyalty programs. So 75% of customers say loyalty programs make them more likely to buy again. So what does this mean? Basically, an Innisfil pizza shop runs a simple punch card system for a loyalty program. Buy 9 pizzas, get the 10th free. It's old school, but the customers keep the card in their wallet, which keeps the business top of mind. And they feel like they're a part of something, that they belong to the business, because eventually if they keep supporting you, you will support them. In fact, Starbucks, believe it or not, says 60% of their US sales are driven by their rewards program. That's a lot. And then the average revenue boost that you could see by having a really effective loyalty program is 12%. A basic loyalty program can boost your revenue by 12%. Hack number 3, surprise and delight. Customers who receive unexpected perks are 4 times more likely to recommend you to others. And the key is unexpected. It can't be something that they're already paying for or expecting. So, a local bakery in central Alberta often gives away free coffee to their loyal customers. No pattern, no announcement, just, hey, you know what? The coffee's on us today. And it's amazing what return on investment that can get you. So a surprise doesn't have to be expensive for your business. It can be a handwritten thank you note with their receipt, an unexpected upgrade. Who doesn't like those when we're traveling? A small gift during the holidays or special occasions like birthdays or anniversaries, or early access to sales or new products. It could be as simple as, if you're a clothing store, you could be calling and saying, hey, Michelle, I know your favorite color is blue. We've got a great blue coat in your size. Would you like to come take a look at it? Now, that is not a sales pitch. That is a care call. They called me because they know me. They personalized it, and they called me because they cared. Did I buy the blue coat? Yep, I did. Hack number 4, exclusive access. So 79% of customers are more loyal to brands that offer exclusives. People love feeling like they're insiders with special access to something others can't get. So a local brewery, for example, holds what's called a first sip night for VIP members, which they can have their first sip of a new beer before it's launched publicly. Members feel special and important, and they want to bring their friends to their exclusive nights, which also generates new customers, builds credibility, and of course, builds the bottom line. Hack number 5 out of 10, we're halfway there. The power of listening. 77% of customers view brands more favorably when they actually act on customer feedback. So suggestion boxes, we want to hear from you. I know probably a lot of us are rolling their eyes at like, oh, a suggestion box, I'm just going to get a whole bunch of complaints. But realistically, that feedback loop makes members feel heard and valued. And when this fitness center said, hey, we're listening, we want to hear from you, class attendance increased and member retention jumped by 23%, because people feel like they got heard and their voice was used to shape the gym experience. So when you're thinking about, oh, do I really want to hear from my customers? The answer is yes, because it can have a really positive effect on the long-term sustainability of your business. Hack number 6, master the first impression. So there's 4 steps to this. Realistically, you have one chance to make a good first impression in your business. Poor onboarding causes 23% of customer churn, which means if I'm not greeted well at the door, or I stand there for 10 minutes waiting for somebody to serve me, or a phone call doesn't get returned, basically, as quick as you can blink, that customer has churned and moves on to one of your competitors. So make sure that that critical window of your onboarding is top notch. Again, sometimes the customer is not always right, and we need to share the expectations of what we can do for the customer. So tell them exactly what they can expect. Be honest with them, and who they can contact if they ask questions. Like today, with the email I sent this morning to everybody, I made a clear expectation. You'll receive your recording of this webinar within 72 hours of the live broadcast. So that's setting expectations that might not come within 24 hours. I've set clear expectations of 72. Then number 3, provide value immediately. Give them something useful. Remember, people are looking for quick wins, for great transformations, tips, tools, guides that can help them get the most out of your business. So it could be a checklist of, this is the best way to brush your teeth tomorrow after a teeth cleaning. It could be an opportunity to say, this is your next step for setting up an itinerary for your travel. Follow up quickly. Remember that personalization, that You want to have the follow-up, that text message, how are you doing, how are things going, the email to say, hey, just wanted to follow up, here's some more steps in how to use your new whippersnipper, for example. And then that needs to happen quickly within the first week to ensure that they're satisfied and to also show that you care. So a cleaning service in Olds gives first-time customers a welcome kit with cleaning tips and care instructions on tips to keep their house clean in between the professional cleans. And these simple gestures often leave a lasting impression. It really doesn't have to cost a lot of money to have amazing retention strategies. Hack number 7, top of mind communication. Again, regular contact with customers increases retention by 33%. The numbers really speak for themselves. So in week 1, a welcome message. In month 1, helpful tips related to their purchase. A check-in on satisfaction in month 3. And then anything that they might have expressed a notion that, for example, my blue jacket, that any added value, any content, any updates really makes a big difference. So a boutique in Innisfail sends a monthly email showcasing new arrivals styled with items the customers have already purchased. So even if people don't buy immediately, the store stays top of mind. And it offers value. It's not a spammy email with buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It's personalized. It's like, hey, Michelle, a new jacket came in that would go with your suit. Would you like to take a look at it? Or here's a picture of it. Let us know if you're interested. So I know these personalizations take time, but the statistics prove it's worth taking that time. Hack number 8, the golden rule of problem resolutions. We will always have, sadly, unhappy customers, but 90% of customers say fast resolution is the most important factor in customer service. Number 1, acknowledge immediately. Number 2, take full responsibility. And then number 3, go above and beyond. And my favorite phrase in these type of situations is, how can we come to a solution for you? What can we do to rectify the situation? A greenhouse in Mountain View County replaced a plant that died without question or hassle. They also threw in plant food and care instructions so it didn't die again. So one small gesture created a loyal lifetime customer who now brings their friends to the greenhouse. So a problem can often resolve itself into a retention strategy. And great reviews. Number 9, build a community, not just a customer base. It's not about the transactions, it's about how we're making community. Over 60% of consumers are more loyal to brands that make them part of a community. And this is where your loyalty programs come in. When customers can connect with each other through your business, they become invested in something bigger than just your products and services and ideas. So it could be that you're hosting regular events or workshops. It could be that you have online groups where customers can connect and ask questions. It could be the fact that you're showcasing you are a part of the community by sponsoring local events or causes, featuring customer success stories. If they have purchased a piece of equipment and they're loving it, all you have to do is get them on a call like this and say, do you mind if I record this? Because I'm working with a business coach. She's given me homework. And ask them one question. What was your experience dealing with us? And what's the success story that you've had by being a loyal customer, by using our equipment, by using our services? Why do you keep coming and buying coffee from us? So encourage your customers to share experiences with each other and reviews. A simple QR code beside your till, if you're a storefront, can encourage people to scan it to leave a positive review on your Google review, which we know over 70% of your future customers are looking for. So an example is a coffee shop in Sylvan Lake. Hosts open mic nights. Customers don't just buy coffee anymore. They want to belong to something and they want to have experiences. So regular attendance by these mic nights has tripled, and many customers now come back in for coffee during the week. Again, all of these strategies take time. I absolutely acknowledge that, but they don't take a lot of money, and they have really big return on investment of that time you're putting in. Last hack, celebrate customer milestones. 69% of customers are more loyal to brands that recognize their birthdays. Can you believe it? A simple card or a birthday discount or a free dessert at a restaurant will keep them coming back. Anniversary celebrations also are right up there with getting great return on investment and achievement recognition. If one of your customers has had a personal or a professional achievement, give them a shout out on your social media to say congratulations. So a salon in Old sends birthday cards with a 15% discount and a handwritten note. This is the way to make your customers genuinely feel valued and special. They're not another appointment in the books. And why go out and buy a birthday card and send it in the mail or text or call? A 94% retention rate and countless referrals from customers who you've made special enough to feel like family. 94%. I've given you a lot of statistics in this presentation simply because quite often we think, oh, what difference does it make? Well, statistics show it makes a lot of difference. So, some success stories. Again, Starbucks says that 60% of their US company-operated sales comes from their reward program. We can see here that a local brewery also has a mug club where members pay an annual fee to get a personalized ceramic mug that stays in their bar, and they can enjoy discounts every time they come in because they're part of the mug club. The mug club generated $15,000 in revenue of people signing up for the membership and increased average visit frequency by 340% among members. And it's just a simple mug and that feeling of belonging and feeling of community. Again, a Red Deer Gym said we're celebrating 1-year member anniversaries with a free branded water bottle. Who doesn't want the Good Life Fitness red and black bag to carry around to say I go to the gym? So these are a matter of feeling of belonging. It's an $8 cost for this water bottle, and gym retention rate jumped from 68% to 89% after implementing this one simple recognition program. So quick wins you can walk away with and start this week. You don't need a massive budget or complex technology to improve customer retention. Success comes from consistent small actions. So again, the 48-hour thank you, an email or handwritten note. Launch a basic loyalty program, a punch card, a referral program, a repeat customer discount, and commit to same-day responses to customer complaints or questions and reviews within the same business day. So you don't have to start everything all at once. Just choose one and say, let's choose to do this retention strategy, and we'll also monitor the return on investment. So again, we have the flower shop transformation, simple change, dramatic results. So this flower shop in Clearwater County just made one change and doubled their repeat business in a month. They started adding handwritten thank you notes to every delivery. Thank you for choosing us for your special moment. We hope these flowers bring you joy. Handwritten makes a big difference because it's showing that you've committed time and effort and personalized. So again, it took 30 seconds to write a card and add it to a delivery, doubled repeat orders. That's worth the bottom line, going up, and your customers feeling generally cared for. So key things to take take away from this presentation, I hope you remember, retention beats acquisition time and time again. Consistency creates customer loyalty. Relationships drive revenue. And start small. Think big. And again, you don't have to have all 10 hacks implemented tomorrow. Just start with 1 or 2, but measure the results. And if you would like a personalized action plan for retaining your customers, you can come and see me at the Regional Business Support Network. Absolutely no cost to have a conversation and develop a strategy, because as I said, we are funded by Community Future Central Alberta as an extension of their services in Red Deer, the town of Olds, and Prairie's Economic Development Canada. So that concludes my presentation, and I'm going to open up the floor for questions and comments and all that kind of fun stuff. And if you have a question, just unmute, or I've put you to sleep. Sorry. Tyler.
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First off, thanks for the great presentation. That was fantastic and lots of great examples. Just a question, how do you balance that fine line between following up consistently with customers and too many contact points, which is annoying?
Right, absolutely. First of all, ask your customers. We have a follow-up program. Is it okay if we text you tomorrow just to check in? Always ask for permission first. And then what I would do at 10 minutes, first thing in the morning, if I'm a practitioner, I'm looking back on my previous calendar the day before, and I spend 10 minutes with the checkup. But remember, managing those customer expectations, Tyler, of letting the customers know when they come in. We do have this program where I call it aftercare, the We Care program. So you can, if it's okay, do you want to be a part of the We Care program? And this is what we do in the We Care program. And set the expectation from the very beginning. But as far as balancing time and effort between marketing for acquisition and retention strategies, I use the 80-20 rule. 80% focused on retention strategies, 20% on acquisition.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to say thanks too, Michelle. I've seen some of those stats before, but it's always a reminder that your best clients are your existing clients, and try to get their email addresses, because in Canada you need permission to email them. So build your own email lists. Fantastic presentation, Michelle.
Thanks, Barry. I appreciate that. Christian, Misty, Rebecca, Stephanie, any questions before we wrap up?
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So I had a quick question about what you thought about having third-party marketing company taking care of your retention program for you.
Personally, Christian, and this is my personal opinion, it's not so humble, so it really doesn't mean anything at all, to be honest. But with that said, if you're having a third party doing the retention, it loses the personalization of, hey, Tyler, I saw you at the coffee shop yesterday. You bought this particular coffee. How was it? Is there a way we can improve it for you for next time? You know, we noticed that our chocolate croissants are one of your favorite as well. So we'll throw one of those in the bag for you next time. So having that third party who hasn't had that interaction really, I would say, would minimize that special feeling and that personalization. Okay. It's always better if it comes from you.
Okay, perfect.
And I think you'd probably get more return on your investment if it's coming directly from you.
Okay.
Stephanie, Rebecca, Misty, anything for me today? No? Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for joining me for yet another RBSN Biz Bite episode. Like I said, we have these once a month. Another super exciting thing, if you haven't already seen it on social media or in your inbox, is the AI for Business conference happening in Small Business Week, October 22nd. So we have amazing presenters. They will be presenting at Olds College. The ticket is $30, which includes your lunch and coffee all day, and a host of fantastic presenters. Our keynote is coming from the States, and I will even be one of the breakout sessions talking about AI and productivity, because basically I used AI to do that entire presentation and the ebook. So I will show you how to do that as well. So I will send a link to get your tickets to the AI conference. We are 60% sold out already. So don't wait till the last minute. And with that said, thank you so much for joining me. The recording will be in your inbox, hopefully, definitely within 72 hours, hopefully before 48. That's my promise. Thanks everybody for joining me. See you next time. Bye for now.